who presents this woman to be married to this man? You may be seated. Do you, Stephen, take Kelly to be your wedded wife, to have and to hold, to serve and to love from this day forward, as long as you both shall live? And do you, Kelly, take Stephen to be your wedded husband, to have and to hold, to serve and to love from this day forward, as long as you both shall live? I invite you guys to come on up then. You made it. You're here. Friends and family, thank you so much for taking time to join with the Holt and Soza families to witness together the marriage of Kelly and Stephen. Your presence here means a lot to the couple and to their families. I want to remind you that you're here not just to watch a wedding take place, but to bear witness. This is a sacred moment we're sharing here before God. Marriage is God's idea, and you will be happiest, most fulfilled, and complete when you live the way that God has designed you to live, in covenant relationship with each other, where you give all to your spouse and find that together you are stronger than you ever were apart. I'm going to have you exchange vows now, and I know you guys each wrote them. So Stephen, I'll have you start. I'm going to step down so that hopefully this mic gets a little closer.
Kelly, I thank God each and every day for what a gift it is that I get to love you. I trust you and cherish you as the woman who can nurture me and her family in a way that is glorifying to the Lord. I can't promise to be perfect, but I can promise that I will always love you faithfully and unconditionally. I can promise that I will always be truthful. I can promise that I will always protect you and lead you. And I can promise that I will always consider your needs and interests ahead of my own. Today, I take you to be my wife and my best friend, and having to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health, to love you and cherish you, and forsake me all others, as long as we both shall live.
Kelly, there's yours. Take a deep breath if you need to.
Stephen, I thank God each and every day for the gift that it is that I get to love you. I trust you and I respect you as the man who will lead me and our family in a way that is glorifying to the Lord. I can't promise to be perfect, but I can promise that I will always love you faithfully and unconditionally. I can promise that I will always forgive. I can promise that I will pray for you, encourage you, comfort you, and honor you. And I can promise that I will always seek wisdom for our marriage from the Lord. Today I take you to be my husband and my best friend, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love you and cherish you, forsaking all others until death do us part.
I want you guys to turn and look out at your friends and your family. These people have just borne witness to those covenant promises you've made to each other. And part of their job, your groomsmen, your bridesmaids, your family, your friends, is to hold you guys accountable to those promises. So I'm going to do something I don't normally do in weddings. Friends, family, are you guys willing to hold them to those promises, to support them and love them and nurture them? If so, say, we will.
We will.
Uh-oh, you're in trouble now. So you guys wrote your own vows and decided to read them to each other. I just want to remind you, those were vows, solemn promises that you made to the other person. They're not just words said in a ceremony. not necessities of this contract of marriage. They are the promises of a covenant of marriage that you made to each other today. Can I have the rings, please? There they are, beautiful. So you guys have chosen, as many people do, to wear rings to symbolize externally the promises that you have made in your hearts today. Those solemn vows that you took in this covenant just now. It's a circle, so it's complete, has no end, much like those promises you made have no end at all. They're gold, platinum, what do we got? White gold, okay. So they're made out of an extremely precious metal. Yours is set with diamonds, Kelly. Very rare, but it is also, it's soft and pliable, this gold is. So just keep that in mind, that you need to be tender to each other, that these promises you've made are soft and pliable and need to continue to be massaged and be taken care of. This is an external symbol of the internal promise, showing that the world that you are taken, somebody else has 100% of your love. And Kelly, would you take that ring? And as you place it on Stephen's finger, I want you to repeat after me. This ring is a visible promise.
This ring is a visible promise
Of my vows to you.
of my vows to you
And our covenant of love.
and our covenant of love. Hopefully.
That's never coming off. And Stephen, repeat after me as you put this ring on Kelly's finger. This ring is a visible promise.
This ring is a visible promise
Of my vows to you.
of my vows to you
And our covenant of love.
and our covenant of love.
Well, by the power vested in me by the state of California and by God, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Stephen, you may kiss your bride.
Oh, I love both.
Congratulations.
Yay!
Always like being on the board.
Like, we wonder what's next.
Louder. Okay. Well, thank you all for being here, and I will extend my appreciation in a moment. But first, we can't start the party without the bridal party itself. So we're going to bring them in as soon as the music starts. So we're ready to go. When we first met you, you were president of AGR, and you talked about your brothers in different ways that you could serve them and how to motivate them, and the type of chapter that you wanted to build. And then you talked, when you got the job at Gallo, right? You talked about working with the staff there that have been there for many years, staff that would be on, permanent staff or would be part-time staff, and you wanted to learn as much as possible from them and respect them and figure out how to lead them as well. And then, your relationship with Kelly is also proves to me that you are a man with a servant's heart and that you will care for her, and I trust you completely in that. So those are the two things that validated since that day, and I want to share that with you. So, thanks Tim and Corey for raising an amazing son, and many of you have contributed to that here. So it gives me great joy, Stephen, to welcome you officially to our family, and look forward to great times ahead. So thanks, let's hear for Stephen. Kelly. Okay, Kelly, I thank God for you and So proud of you and the young woman that you've become. And we are grateful your path did lead to Stephen. Let's hear it for Kelly. And now, finally, what do I wish for your marriage? I want you to continue to trust God and trust one another. Right? Both paths you were evaluating equally honorable and character building or life serving in their own way. As we walk through the decision process, we found rest in Jeremiah 29:11. Right? For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Had you gone on that trip, right? You never started at Davis. Your and Stephen's paths may have never crossed. I believe the deciding factor may have been how equipped you would become after college versus right after high school, right? And especially in your calling as a nurse. But now, see that God's path, what He's created for you, and what a partnership you have in Stephen. Right? Great skills, great future. Whatever service you decide to do, whether it is in your jobs, in your friendships, or serving others overseas, you are better equipped, as Dave shared with us during the ceremony together. And we're so grateful for that. So I pray the two of you will find peace in Jeremiah 29:11, that God has a path for your marriage, and you'll always have this loving support system to walk with you. And with that, I'd like to raise our glasses and toast Kelly and Stephen. May you continue to write your love story with faith and love. Here's to Kelly and Stephen.
I want to thank, actually, on behalf of my wife, we both like to thank all of you for coming here. The first time I saw Kelly, I would like to say that it was true love and butterflies, but I was at a water polo practice with my best friend Maddie. And Kelly was getting out of the pool. And I look over and I said, wow, look at that butt. I was like, who is that? Oh, that's Kelly Holt. She has a boyfriend. Okay, I wasn't going to talk to her anyway. Come in through the door, and there's Kelly fighting with her boyfriend in my room. We're at another water polo party, and I'm lamenting how I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. I can't talk to women, and I'll never marry anybody. And Kelly had just fought with her boyfriend. And so she was talking to me, saying, well, tell me, Stephen, what are you looking for in a woman? I said, well, she's got to be blonde. Nice if she's conservative, tall, yada, yada, yada. And this whole time, Kelly's sitting there like, well, you just described me. Maybe we should date. So we both turned to her boyfriend and say, we're going to get married. So, called the shot. So we go to the formal. Kind of awkward, don't want to screw anything up because we have a date the next night. So we're all on our best. We talk. And then, so I go home, she goes to Kappa, and then we get ready for the next night. And I just kind of assumed that she didn't really like me because I don't know why. That was my assumption. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna have a good time. And so I had a good time, and I was dancing, and apparently I was being really smooth and dancing well. I was whipping her all up and down the dance floor, and I never noticed this, but she was smiling, and we ended up being the only two people left on the dance floor. And my friends, I think Chase was there, Ian was there, everybody was just looking at me like, this is not Steven. What is he doing? And apparently I was leaning in trying to kiss her, but I wasn't, because that's not something I do, because I don't talk to girls. So apparently I was sweeping Kelly up off her feet, and she leans into me and says, "You're being such a tease. What are you talking about?" I'm not. She's like, "Why won't you kiss me?" So I never backed down from a challenge. I kissed her, and then the rest is history. Kelly ended up saying, "Love you," and my heart dropped because I loved you so much over those 2 years, and just hearing those words just felt really good again. It was also sad because I remember get to be with this girl again. So we met again later and went to Starbucks again. And walked downtown Walnut Creek. I convinced her against her wishes to have dinner with me. And we really hit it off again. And we spent 3 hours just talking in the car and catching up. And we decided that we were going to do this. And planned it all out, and it all worked. And now we're here. I never gave my heart to any other girl because I was saving myself for my wife, the one I wanted to marry. And I never thought anybody else was worthy enough. And I met you, and you stole my heart. I'm so in love with you. I love you. Married you. Married to you. And I am who I am today because of you. I love you. So, here is my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bride. And all of you, and the Holts, and the Sozas.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Chase. And I met Steven on my first day and subsequently his first day at UC Davis. By our sophomore year, we were living together. Around the corner from our house was a fraternity that was involved in agriculture, which we were both majoring in, and I said to Steven, "Hey, what if we rush this fraternity? How does that sound?" And Steven said, "Yeah, that sounds great. You should go to the first event and tell me how it is." year later, he was president of that fraternity. And I've always known Stephen's true love and admiration for Kelly. To Kelly, I ask you, take care of my friend, love him, and know he loves you. And to Stephen, I say thank you for being the best friend and brother, and for answering my calls. To both of you, I love you like family, and I wish you a lifetime of love and happiness. To the Sozas.
I'm Katie, Kelly's twin sister. And I'm Dana, the younger one. The past couple months have been a lot of fun for us as we've thought about what we wanted to share with you tonight. And our emotions today are just a testament to how special a place you hold in our heart. You have an energy that is contagious, a spirit that lights up every room you walk into, and a way of leaving an impression on everyone you meet, which is evident by everyone who is here to celebrate with you tonight. That I realize that not only as sisters, but as twins, I would have sharing the same happiness, pain, concern, joy that you did, that our actions would affect each other, and perhaps growing up, I would be the twin to have a couple more what was she thinking moments. You've always been my go-to buddy, my comfort zone. But tonight I share in the joy of knowing that Stephen is now that person for you. But Kelly, we knew you had met your match when you met Stephen. That handsome and confident. And sitting right beside you. Stephen, you truly are an answer to our prayers. And we couldn't be more excited to welcome you into our family. You exude a certain peace about you. You exude a certain steadiness and a pure goodness to your soul. We recognize the way in which you draw the very best out of Kelly. We were inviting Eleanor, love, and respect into our home to live permanently among us. Stephen, we recognize you have shown Kelly this love and respect since the very beginning. Kelly, you have always been and continue to be our full joy. And tonight we see this full joy multiplied in your marriage to Stephen. We pray that you will serve as each other's compass and foundation, pointing you back in the right direction if you ever find yourselves lost. We pray that you will also fill your home with love and respect, find humor in the little things, and live with that same full joy untouched by circumstance. Stephen, we, and everyone here, rejoices in the fact that you will forever put a smile on the face of the girl who has forever put a smile on ours. And with that, we would like to raise a toast to the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Stephen Soza.
I know. Remember that.
Go for it, Kelly. Good job, Kel. There you go.
That's good.
Isn't that good cake?
Come on, now.
Now, is everybody here that should have
We got that capsule here.
All right. And we'll go on 3, okay?
I want it.
1, 2, 3. All right. Congratulations. Listen to you. We now got all AGRs to the dance floor.
Heart so pure, hands of ivory, face demure. Yeah. Oh, how